All right, everyone. I hope you can see me. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alpesh Patel. I'm a registered migration agent with Aussizz Group and live today from Kenningwell branch. Today, I'm going to talk about subclass 485 temporary graduate visa. Before I go on that topic, let me start with who we are. We, Aussizz Group, has 55 plus registered migration agent, more than 175,000 satisfied clients, and most importantly, that we do provide in WA free consultation for subclass 485. So don't risk your situation. I understand that pretty much everyone is smart to just have the information from Home Affairs website, but we don't charge anything for the subclass 485 consultation. So please do come and see us. We will be able to help you on that one, or you go and see your registered migration agent. As I said earlier that I'm going to talk about subclass 485, I'm going to basically cover 5 topics. Number 1 is the streams for subclass 485. Second one is the regional extension of subclass 485. The third one is 2 years extension on base of the eligible courses. The fourth one is 485 subsequent entrant. And the last one is the upcoming changes, which are very important to understand. So to start with streams, this is about the basic eligibility of subclass 485. There are 2 streams, post-study work rights, and the second one is the graduate work stream. Post-study work rights, obviously, as the name suggests, that if you have completed bachelor degree or higher in Australia, anywhere in Australia, you will be eligible for subclass 485, meeting the requirement that you must have at least overall 50 in PT or 6 in RTS, no less than 5 in RTS, and no less than 36 in PT. So that's about English language requirement. Course completion letter. Your course must have completed within 6 months on the day when you submit subclass 485 application. This is important that it must not have completed more than 6 months ago. Otherwise, you will not be eligible to apply for subclass 485 post-study work rights. The third one is you must have applied Australian Federal Police Check clearance at least a day before the application is submitted. You need to have overseas visitor health cover when you submit this application. As long as you are having this eligibility, and as per the current age requirement, if you are under 50 years of age, you may be eligible for subclass 485 post-study work rights. On the other hand, for the graduate work stream, which is the second stream for this temporary graduate visa, that depends on the course which you have completed. Not every trade courses are eligible to apply for temporary graduate visa. It was the situation in the past when the department gave some sort of relaxation, but it is not anymore since July 2023. So whatever the course you are studying, you need to be basically checking whether your course is going to lead you to apply for subclass 485 temporary graduate visa or not when you complete the course. Just to give you an example, if you are studying enroll nurse, which is 1.5 year course, and then after if you complete, let's say, diploma in project management for 6 months, yes, you will be completing 2 years in Australia. So Australian qualification, you are meeting the requirement. However, enroll nurse and diploma or graduate diploma in project management does not lead to the 485 application. The important point about this graduate work visa is that you must have applied for your skills assessment in order to make an application for subclass 485 under graduate work stream. On the in addition to that, as per the post-study work rights, you must have submitted for your Australian Federal Police Check application a day before you make an application. You must have a completion letter. Again, that is within past 6 months. You should have overseas visitor health cover, and then you will be good to go for that temporary graduate visa under graduate work stream. These days, that is getting granted only for 18 months. Again, Last year, until July 2023, it was getting granted for 2 years, but that's now back to 18 months only. Coming on the second part, which is regional extension. Don't get confusing between regional extension and 2 years extension on base of the course which you have completed. Regional extension is if you have completed your course in any regional area of Australia, and when you completed that course, you were residing in that regional area, and your college must be located in regional area, or university must be located in regional area. If you had that situation, then you are eligible for regional extension. That extension is going to be granted only for 1 year. So if you have completed the course, if you're eligible for that, it's better to apply for that extension now, as long as you are a holder of first 485 post-study work rights. Guys, please understand this one, that regional extension is not eligible for graduate work stream. So if you have completed any certificate 3, 4, diploma, advanced diploma, and you are a holder of subclass 485, you cannot apply for regional extension. Coming on the third point, which is 2 years extension on base of the CRI-course, the eligible courses which government announced kind of late 2023. There are about 100 pages of courses listed on that one. If your course is in that list, you may be eligible for that 2 years extension. For that, not necessary that you are a currently holder of first 485. You can make an application for your first 485 and this 2 years regional extension on base of your CRI course together. What I mean to say is, like, for an example, if you have done Bachelor of Nursing, on base of Bachelor of Nursing, at the moment, the department is granting 2 years of 485. That course is in that CRI course register list that leads you to have your 2 years additional subclass 485 granted. So in that case, you will be granted your subclass 485 under post-study work stream for the duration of 4 years instead of 2 years. The most important part is the course has to be in the list. When this application is getting submitted, you need to select a CRI course. It is extremely important to make sure that the correct CRI course is selected. Otherwise, it will be invalid application and refusal. So it is very important that there is no error on that application at all. The fourth point is about subclass 485 subsequent entrant. For subclass 485 subsequent entrant is basically about your family member if you are a holder of subclass 485. That the holder of subclass 485 from the main applicant could be under graduate workstream or under post-study workstream, does not matter. I'll give you a scenario that will make more sense. So let's say you completed your certificate 3 in commercial cookery, certificate 4 in commercial cookery, and diploma in hospitality management. Now you are a holder of subclass 485 undergraduate workstream. Hypothetical scenario, let's say you got that visa granted in December 2023. Early January 2024, you got married. If you want to invite your wife over here on your subclass 485 or husband on your subclass 485, then that application is called subclass 485 subsequent entrant application. Your wife, your spouse basically is going to have the same duration of your subclass 485 granted as what you are a holder of. The department doesn't take a lot of time to process that application, but you obviously need to show them the evidence that you're married and that person is your member of the family unit at the moment. This is similar situation as well. Even if you, like, for example, you got married before your subclass 485 was granted, and if you are applying for your subclass 485 now, you are in Australia, but your wife or your husband is not in Australia, you cannot add them onto your application when you submit your first 485 application. In that case, what should happen is you need to apply for your 485, have it granted, and then you apply for subclass 485 subsequent entrant. When the department gave some sort of relaxation, at that time it was possible, but not anymore. Now, the most important part about subclass 485 is upcoming changes. Before I go on that one, just to make you all aware that if you have any comment or any question, please do put that in the comment box. I'll get to those questions at the end of this topic. So since everyone probably is aware that on 11th of December 2023, the Home Affairs Department, Minister for Home Affairs Department announced a migration strategy. That means to say is that they announced they propose some changes which are going to be implemented in 2024. It could be early 2024, mid 2024, or late in 2024. Majority of the changes related to subclass 485 are supposed to be announced in early 2024. When they said early 2024, there is no specific date given yet from when that is going to be in place. But what I definitely would suggest to you is that if you are eligible to apply for your subclass 485 now, then you should not wait for tomorrow. The reason why I'm saying is that it has been the situation in the past as well. Whenever they are announcing any changes, usually they implement that on the next day or the day after next day. So they don't give lot of basically time in between implementation. So if you are eligible, you do not need to waste the time waiting for those announcements to come. There is no announcement or there is no basically comment on that migration strategy which is going to be more beneficial for subclass 485 holder than what it is now. So there is no point of waiting for tomorrow if you are eligible to apply for subclass 485 now. Under those changes, I will be covering 4 different topics again. One is the age. The department has basically proposed the major reduction in the age eligibility requirement. At the moment, if you are up to 50 years of age, you are eligible to apply for subclass 485, which the department is going to reduce down to 35 years of age as soon as that new basically the policy is in place. Now the question often get asked is basically, is everyone going to be affected by that? I mean to say is like if someone is holder of student visa at the moment, whether that person is going to be affected by that as well, or only the new one who are applying for the student visa. On that, there is no clarity from the department yet. However, I would like to bring to your attention, which is a good thing, that there is an institute called Migration Institute of Australia. It's the body basically, and they have put a submission forward raising a concern that the current holder of subclass 485 should not be affected by this age reduction. Because obviously when they applied, they were expecting that the age requirement is 50 years and they will be able to apply for that. Now suddenly this change is going to basically affect a lot of people. Hence they have raised a concern to the department. The department hasn't given any confirmation whether they're going to consider that or not, but most probably, not in a professional point of view, but in my personal point of view, it should be considered. And obviously in near time we'll come to know the exact situation. Whether should you really worry about that age requirement at the moment or not? Probably not, because whether you worry or not, it's not really going to make big change. What you should be focusing right now is completion of the course, so that before it comes in place, you may get eligible to apply for the visa, and then the changes coming afterwards does not affect you. The second one is English requirement. The department earlier said that the overall, I mean, the current requirement for that English is 50 overall, no less than 36 in PT. If we talk about IELTS, it's 6 overall, no less than 5 in any module, which is going to be increased to overall 6.5, no less than 6 for subclass 485. That's the big change as well. And if you think that obviously your course is going to complete after, let's say, April 2024, then you should be aiming to get that score, because most probably they are highly basically likely that the implementation of the new rules will be in place by the time you apply for your visa. So you should be aiming 6.5 at least overall, no less than 6. In addition to that, they have also said that the current validity of the English language score for this subclass is 3 years. The department is saying that that's going to be reduced down to only 1 year. That is again, from when that's going to be in implementation is yet to be basically announced by the department. So as soon as we come to know, we will make our followers aware of that situation, and certainly our clients for sure. The third one is, again, it's not a good change, but it's going to come, which is the duration of your subclass 485. There is no change to the duration of subclass 485 graduate work stream. It is at the moment 18 months, it's going to remain 18 months. But the changes are coming for the post-study work rights. At the moment, if someone has done master degree under coursework, that student will get granted 3 years subclass 485 under post-study work stream. That is going to reduce down to only 2 years subclass 485 when the new changes are in place. If you have already submitted an application under your subclass on base of your master degree, then it's going to be granted as per normal, whatever it is now. If the department is making this announcement, let's say from 1st of February, for an example, and if your visa is granted afterwards, then also you should not be impacted by that, because when you submitted an application, that was the requirement that what duration is going to be granted. So you will be fine in that situation. In regards to the duration of the visa, the second change over there is, at the moment, the department is granting any PhD candidate to 6 years of temporary visa. That is also going to be reduced down to only 3 years, which is going to be similar for the master degree student who is doing under research. So master degree coursework will be granted for 2 years. Master degree under research is going to be granted for 3 years. This is the requirement on base of that. The one which I discuss about under second stream, which is regional extension. If you have completed master degree in the new changes, basically, let's say you completed your you completing your master degree in November 2024 under coursework from Western Australia. That means you are going to be granted that subclass 485 for the first 485 is for 2 years, and then you still will be eligible to apply for subclass 485 regional extension for 1 year. So don't get confused that 𝐦𝐸𝐴's list is going to stop as soon as this new announcement is in place. However, they're not removing this regional extension. It's part of the legislation and regulation that is going to remain as it is. So you still will be eligible to apply for that regional extension as long as you have completed your course when you were in regional area and studying and residing there, basically. There is one more announcement from them, is basically about after your subclass 485, the department will not allow you to make another application for subclass 500, which is student visa. So what they are saying is that once you finish your 485, you can't go back on student visa. The reason why the department is implementing this one is basically they don't want any student to move from one temporary visa to another visa, which is also temporary, and then so on. What they are expecting is you complete your course, you be on 485, and you find your permanent residency pathway, or unfortunately you depart the country. This is again not very clear from the department, but most likely, if, for example, if someone is married, husband was the main applicant and completed the study, you are on 485 at the moment with your husband. It looks like the spouse, the wife, will have every right to be on student visa. This is my interpretation, but again, the clarity from the department is yet to come. So this is all about subclass 485 temporary graduate visa. I'll be looking at the questions now and will try to answer them as much as possible. And if there is any specific questions that you like further to be assisted on, then you can reach out to us. As I said earlier, that we do not charge any consultation. It's free for subclass 485 consultation. So there is a question that if I graduate diploma and advanced diploma and then I apply subclass 482, during I'm waiting for visa 482 grant, can I work full time or not? Thank you so much. So what I understand from here, apply subclass 482 is, you referring to subclass 482 or subclass 494? If you are referring to subclass 482, so correct me if I'm wrong, that you are currently holder of student visa, or you have completed and you have applied for subclass 482 employer sponsored visa. In between that, if you can work, okay, so it's subclass 485. So as soon as your student visa expire and you are on bridging visa A, then you can work unlimited. If you are the primary applicant and you complete your course, right after the course completion, you can work unlimited even though you're on student visa until subclass 485 is decided. So to be specific on your question's answer, let's say, for example, you completed your course on 15th of January 2024. Your student visa is valid until 15th of March 2024. That means from 16th of January 2024, you can work unlimited. However, your spouse, if for an example, if you're married, your spouse cannot work unlimited. It's only the student visa holder, the main applicant, can work. Okay, guys, so if you have any question, if you're watching the video afterwards, you have got the email address over there. You can send an email to us. We will reply to you for free of charge. Thank you very much for your company. Hope you enjoyed this and it was useful. Thank you very much.